I've seen the news, and particularly the two cases of Iga Swiatek and Jannik Sinner have attracted a lot of attention, and it's not a good image for our sport, that's for sure. There's a consensus, or I would say a majority of the players that I've talked to in the locker room, not just in the last few days, but also last few months, that are not happy with the way this whole process has been handled. The majority of the players doesn't feel that it's fair. Majority of the players feel like there is favorism happening. It seems like it appears that you can almost affect the outcome if you're a top player, if you have access to the top lawyers and whatnot. Swiatek and Sinner are innocent, and it's proven, unless it's proven otherwise. So right now we know they're innocent, and Sinner's got suspension for 3 months because of the mistakes and the negligence of his team members that are working on the tour. So that's also something that I personally and a lot of players find a bit strange. That, you know, also the fact that there's so much inconsistencies between the cases. So we've seen on the social media Simona Halep and Tara Moore and some other players that are maybe less known that have been struggling to resolve their cases for years, or have gotten the ban for years. And I think, you know, right now it's a ripe time for us to really address the system, because the system and the structure obviously doesn't work of anti-doping. It's obvious. So I hope that in the next period of the near future that the governing bodies are going to come together of our tours and the tennis ecosystem and try to find a more effective way to deal with these processes. We have to choose. The inconsistency is something that frustrates all the players. It's like if you are going to treat every case individually or independently, which is what's happening, then there is no consistency, then there is no transparency, and you know, some cases are transparent, some are not. We know that, you know, there's a kind of a vague rule that I read that, you know, it's within a reasonable time you have to provide information where you got contaminated substance. And he provided it in this, as I understand, 6-hour window, but it's not, it doesn't say in the rules it's a 6-hour. It's a reasonable time. So what's the reasonable time? You know, obviously, sometimes, you know, in one case you can have a larger contamination, sometimes in some cases you have a smaller one, like in his case. But the problem is that, you know, right now there is a lack of trust generally from the tennis players, both men and female, towards WADA and ITIA and the whole process. So we either going to agree that all the cases will be transparent from the beginning, or all will be kept private until they're resolved. I have no opinion of that right now. I think it's important to open the discussion, and then let's see what's best for the sport.